Hello, everybody, and welcome in here tonight. It is sectional tournament action. It's going to be the Greater Beckley Christian Crusaders versus James Monroe Mavericks. Mavericks, the 1 seed here in the section. They'll be hosting the games as long as they can win. It's double elimination, and here we go. First pitch away and swinging, strike one. This is the pitcher, Leah Adkins, up to bat for the Crusaders. And the pitch from Thomas, called ball. Count 1-1 and swings through, strike number 2. And appealed down to first. They're going to say she went around, and that's a strikeout. And out number 1 here for the Mavericks. Next up, Peyton Heffernan, the second baseman, swings through the first pitch, and that's strike 1. And another swing, and it's strike 2. 2 quick outs here. And the top of the first. Next up, third baseman Emerson Young. Pitch comes in a little bit high, she lets it go. Two and 0 count, sorry, and there's strike 1. Swings through, now 2 and 2 the count with 2 outs. And Thomas rocks back, comes through, and called strike over the outside part of the plate. And the Crusaders go down in order here in the top of the first, and the Mavericks are going to be up to bat when we're back on the other side. right, and we are back. It's going to be Grayson Dowdy, the center fielder, to lead off for the Mavericks. Lee Adkins on the mound. Yeah, we're off for the bottom. Showed a slap and takes ball one. Show slap again and ball outside. 2-0 the count. And gets a piece of that one, hit the third, fielded there, throw across, and the stretch, and able to get the out. Good play there on the stop by third baseman Young, and nice stretch on that side by Pelfrey. Had to dig that one out, and that's going to bring up shortstop Chloe Burt. And Burt stands in. Atkins is ready. Here's the windup and the pitch, and she lets one go high, ball one. And called strike on the outside. 1-1. And that one hits the dirt on the inside of the right-handed batter's box. And he gets a piece of that one on the outside, hit high into the air, second base under it, and the squeeze is going to be put on there by Peyton Heffernan. A piece of that one, but fouls it off. Shea Wickline stands in with 2 outs. Stands in, 2-1, hits one hard down the right field line, but it's going to go foul. Takes outside, full count now. There's the pitch, takes a tough one outside, and it's called ball 4. It's going to bring up the power hitter, Bradley Thomas. You're going to have a courtesy runner come in for the catcher, and that's going to be McKenna Wickline coming in to run. McKenna coming in to run for big sister Shea. Two outs. Here's the pitch to Thomas. She swings. Wickline on the way and gets the second. Throw back to the pitcher, and don't think she was expecting the ball. It got by her. And we're going to get a call. Left the base early, and that's going to be out number 3. It's going to do it here for the bottom of the first. And so through 1, it's tied 0-0. We're going to come back for the second right after this. All right, back here for top of the second. It's going to be center fielder Mackenzie Coleman up, and she swings through the first pitch. Strike one. And gets a piece of that, driven into right field. Going to be cut off there. Throw to first, not in time. And the Crusaders will have the first base runner for them in the game, and it's Mackenzie Coleman. That'll bring up Aislinn Pelfrey, shortstop. And swings through, strike one. Thomas winds up and delivers. That's on the inside, swung through, strike number two. And called strike three right over the heart of the plate, and there's out number one. That's going to bring up catcher Olivia Price. Strike one on the swing through. Crusaders having some trouble catching up to Riley Thomas's speed today. The one they were able to get a hold of got into right field. And another swing, same result, and that's strike two. And that pitch hit, going to get well out of play. We'll do it again. Pitch high. Here's the 1-2 delivery and caught up with it, but fouled out of play again. So a battle brewing here between Thomas and Price. This will be the sixth pitch of this at bat. One down, one on here in the top of the second. And floated one in high. Got her to swing under it, and that's out number two. And that'll bring up right fielder Lillian Tyree. And called strike one. And got a piece of that one, fouled off, but that's going to be strike two. And swings through strike three. So the Crusaders strand one, and we're still scoreless here as we head into the bottom of the second inning. Coming back is going to be bottom of the second inning, still scoreless here in Linside, and Brownlee Thomas going to be back up to bat. It was the left early call that ended the first inning. Brownlee Thomas will be up with a fresh count. And that first pitch gets in, gets her on the hip, and Mavericks are going to have a base runner straight out. Brings up first baseman Evie Canterbury. Shows bunt, lets it go through, strike one. Here's the 0-1 delivery. Shows bunt again, gets that one down. Third baseline. Pitcher fields it, turns, throws to first. They're going to get the out there. Thomas rounds second and is all the way to the uncovered third base. And with one out, the Mavericks have a runner on third. Canterbury does her job, gets the bunt down, and Thomas, with some heads-up base running, sees third base unoccupied and says, thank you. And that'll bring up the left fielder, Mary Beth Meadows. And gets a piece of that one, but a little early, and it's going to be fouled down the third base line. So a hit here likely will plate a run. Most any contact will likely plate the run. And called ball, so 1-1. Meadow stands in. Here's the delivery and swings over top. Strike two. Bill standing here on the 1-2 count. Here's the delivery and gets a piece of that hard hit into the gap in right field, and second base is going to bring that down. Thomas is going to try for home, and she's got it. So the RBI sacrifice fly from Meadows plates the first run of the game, and it'll bring up Lizzie Smith with no one on.
Come on, Lizzie.
Thought that ball was going to carry a little bit farther than it did. Second base able to range back into the just first few feet of the outfield and bring that down. No real wind here today. Overcast. Cool but muggy. And it's ball one. And hits that to second. There to field it is Heffernan, and she gets the out on the toss over to Pelfrey, and that's going to do it here for the second. But the Mavericks get one across on the benefit of a hit by pitch, a sacrifice bunt, and a sacrifice fly. So no hits so far, but one run across, and we'll be back for the third. All right, back here, top of the third, 0-1. Maverick get one across in the second. Bradley Thomas coming in on the sacrifice fly from Mary Beth Meadows. This brings up Emma Wilkerson. 1-0 the count and swings through, now 1-1. Takes high for ball two. And late swing on that and blows by, 2-2 now. Called strike over the inside corner, and that's the first out. That's going to bring up Kinsley Pelfrey, the first baseman. Had a few good plays over there so far in this game as Pelfrey had that one she had to stretch out for in the first inning. Shows bunt, reaches for it but can't get it, and it's strike one. Shows bunt again, and strike two. The bunt was on with one out here on the first two pitches. I think it will be off here. Sits up away and gets her to chase on the outside, and that's out number two. It'll cycle back to the leadoff hitter, pitcher Lee Adkins. And pitch gets away a little bit toward the inside. Adkins ducks out, and it's going to be ball one. Now. Adkins out ahead. Base runners are coming at a premium in this game. And gets a piece of that, but it's going to be fouled back behind the backstop. One base runner so far for the Crusaders. She was stranded at first in the second inning. And two base runners for the Mavericks. One called out on leaving early on a steal attempt, and the other was Bradley Thomas, who came around to score. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and now 3-1, called high. Wind starting to pick up a little bit, blowing toward the right field corner. And gets to swing through on strike two. So that'll give us a full count with two outs here in the third. And that ball hammered into center field. Dowdy back, and puts on the squeeze and is able to track it down there, not far from the wall. That thing had a lot of carry to it. Wind was pushing it right a little bit, and Dowdy able to range over to her left, probably, I don't know, 10 feet in front of the fence maybe. So gave that one a ride, but it's a long out, and it'll take us in to the bottom of the third. back here, bottom of the third. Score 1-0. Runs coming at a premium along with the base runners, and it's going to be Carolyn Clarkson to stand in, and a quick strike one on the swing. And ball one. Swings through strike two. And strike three on the swing. And now here comes Jordan Lowe, hitting in the 9 spot today, which is an unusual spot for Lowe. They're likely looking to try to get something going here at the bottom of the lineup, set up the table for the cycle around on the leadoff. Here's pitch one to Lowe. Steps away, takes ball one. And gets a good piece of that one. Popped up, shortstop's ranging back and able to track it down. Aislinn Pelfrey able to get back there. Saw that play at second a while ago. Ball not carrying quite as well as it looks like initially off these bats. Flags are showing wind blowing toward right field corner a little bit. I don't know if it's a little different here if you're over the infield and it's blowing in a little bit. Even the ball that carried out to the fence looked like it could carry a little bit farther than what it did. It's going to bring Dowdy up. She gets a line drive over the third baseman's head. It's into left field, and Mavericks have a 2-out base runner. That was on a low trajectory, so if there was any wind whipping around up there, that cut right through it. It's going to bring up Chloe Burt. Let's see if they send Dowdy here. Here's the pitch, and Dowdy is on the move, and she's going to take second without a throw. So now Mavericks have a base runner in scoring position. And Burt shows bunt, has a lot of speed if she puts this down. Now she's going to pull back and let ball go. And here comes Dowdy to third base. Nobody covering, no throw. Now Mavericks. Runner on third, 2 outs, 2 balls, no strikes on the count here to Burt. Middle of the field wide open. Burt swings but can't catch up on the outside. Strike one. This game rolling along, only about half an hour old. We're already into the bottom of the third. And Burt gets a piece of that, hits down the third base line. Third base has it, throws over, pulls first base off the. Pelfrey not able to pull it on the base, has to step off to block it. And Burt with her speed is able to reach. The run will count. And Mavericks are going to have Shea Wickline coming in. Wickline reached earlier in the game. Here's the pitch. Wickline leans back, takes that, and there goes Burt to second base. Mavericks are going to run all day. It doesn't look like the Crusaders are interested in trying to make that play. And Wickline takes outside. Burt breaks toward third, but puts on the brakes and scuttles back in to second. In scoring position here, base knock will likely plate Burt. And Wickline lets that one go outside. Burt teases third base again and now walks back to second. 3-0 count here to Wickline. And that one's high. She's going to reach again. Sending a courtesy runner for her as the catcher earlier, and I think we're about to see the same thing. Yeah, it's going to be McKenna Wickline coming in again. That brings up Bradley Thomas. She reached on a hit by pitch in the second inning and later scored. That's the not only run now, first run of the two the Mavericks have. And swings, but that fouled straight back onto the ground. Just missed that one. And Thomas hammers one down the left field line, but just foul. And it's an 0-2 now. Here's the 0-2 delivery. And Thomas on top of that one, grounded to short, had a little bit of a bobble there, and the throw is going to be too late. And on the base run in there, Burt comes through third and scores as Thomas legs out the infield single, tackling an RBI, and it's 3-0 now, and it'll bring Canterbury up. And that pitch high, it's going to get to the backstop. Both runners going to advance, so it's Wickline to third, Thomas to second. Now two runners in scoring position here for Canterbury on the 1-0. And gets another piece of that one, fouled back, 1-1. Atkins rocks back, delivery inside, called strike over the corner. One and two now. Mavericks have two across in the inning. And hammer it right back up the middle, past the pitcher into center field. Wickline's going to come across, Thomas around two, and it's a 2 RBI single with 2 outs and 2 strikes there for Canterbury. He's coming through in the clutch. That's going to bring up Meadows. Call it 5 runs now. This is worth mentioning at this point. The mercy rule is in effect for these sectional games. I got some clarification on that before the game just to make sure, but Mavericks have played a few more runs here. It would be into that rule. Strike one over the inside. Looked about the same place as the called strike a little bit earlier. And Meadows gets on top of that one, hits the third. Third fields it cleanly, throw over, and bang, bang play. Called out at first base, and that's going to do it here for the third. But the Mavericks push across 4, and now it's 5-0. And we will be back after this with the fourth. Peyton Heffernan, the second baseman, stands in. Score 5-0 here in the top of the fourth. This was a one-run game going into the bottom of the third. Mavericks get 4 across, and there's a swing and strike on the first pitch of the inning. That ball popped up and out of play. And takes Two and two the count, and swung through, dropped third strike, throw down to first in time, and that's out number one. Wasn't sure if she got a piece of that one and fouled it back, and that's why she dropped it. They're going to say it was a clean strike, dropped and throw down to first to complete the strikeout. Pitch by Thomas, blows past, and Young late. Strike one. Takes strike two. Thomas looking about as sharp as she has all season. And gets a swing on strike three, and there's a quick 2 down here in the fourth. Brings up center fielder Mackenzie Coleman. Take strike one. Ball fouled back out of play. Oh, 2 here, 2 outs. And the ball gets away inside. Now it's 1 and 2. And called strike. Say she went around. And that's going to do it here for the top of the fourth. We're going to take a break and be right back. 2 back. Lizzie Smith up to bat, gets a piece of the first one. Back to the pitcher, throw over to first, and a dig there from Pelfrey, and they're going to get the out. Second time we've seen her do that tonight. Some pretty good picks with the glove over there at first. Update on the baseball game. James Monroe up 12-0 on Mount View in the bottom of the second. They have bases loaded right now and 2 outs. Peyton Gardner up to bat. We'll try to keep you updated on that. And there's a hammered ball into left field. That was Carolyn Clarkson. The single into left. And now a base runner on here for Lowe. And it's going to be, looks like Gracie Carter coming into. I think they were going to bring Gracie Carter in to run, but they're going to scratch that, and looks like Clarkson's going to run for herself. And the pitch to Lowe, hit right back to the pitcher, gets a glove on it, but not going to be able to get that. Bobbled at second, and she's able to hang on, almost overrun second, goes into nearly a full split to try to hang on to the base, and gets it, and it's going to be an infield single from Lowe. Got into a little bit of a precarious situation there with Clarkson. Has got a bad jump on that. I think she thought the line drive was going to be caught by the pitcher, but just went right off the end of her glove, kind of bounced over into no man's land in the infield, and Clarkson had to try to accelerate. Now they're going to get Gracie Carter out there, and she's going to run for Clarkson at second base. So you have Lowe and Lowe and Carter on, 1 out here. Grayson Dowdy up to bat. Dowdy has a single earlier, swings over top of that one, and runners are going to get back. And if the Mavericks reach 8, this game ends. So Grayson Dowdy right now represents the winning run. And that ball popped up into left field. It's going to get down. Carter comes around. She's going to score. Lowe will stay at second. And Mavericks push 1 across. It's 6-0 now. Okay, it's 8 after 5, so we'd still need another inning. Another half of an inning. Swings through there, count 1-1. Burt stands in. And gets on top of that one. Hit to shortstop. Throw over to first is in time. And now it's going to be 2 outs with runners on second and third. Bring up Shea Wickline. She's reached twice. Takes inside, ball 1. A base hit from Wickline would likely plate 2 runs here. If she can reach, it'll be Briley Thomas up behind. Takes ball 2 on the outside. 13-0 now in the baseball game. They've got to the top of the third. And that's outside now, 3-0. And takes the free pass on 4 pitches, and that's going to bring up the cleanup hitter, Briley Thomas, and she has bases loaded here. And they're again going to put McKenna Wickline in to run for Shea. Rock's back comes through on the windup, and that one outside. One and 0 count. Atkins comes through, that ball hit with a high bounce to third and called out on the bang play. Burt there tried to dive into the base, but they're going to say that Young was able to beat her there, and that's going to leave the score 6-0 as we head in to the top of the fifth. And we're going to get the fifth inning started, and the pitch over. No good. That was actually Grayson Dowdy who slid into third, almost got there safe. And 1-1 now after the swing and strike. Aislinn Pelfrey, the shortstop, up to bat. Takes outside, ball 2. And high now, 3-1. Gets a piece of that one, but fouled back and have a full count. No outs here, top of the fifth. And gets a piece of that to stay alive. And fouls that back. It's the 8th pitch of this at bat. Good battle going on here from Thomas and Pelfrey, and fouls off another one. And the 9th pitch on the way. And that one fouled off as well. We're into 10 pitches coming for this at bat. Hazelin Pelfrey and Riley Thomas locked in a battle. And grounder back to the pitcher, and she gets it over to Canterbury, and that's going to be out number 1 here in the 5th. I'll bring up Olivia Price. Now be able to get a run across in the top of the 3rd inning, 1-13 in the baseball game. They're in the bottom of the 3rd, heading into the bottom of the 3rd now. Strike 1. And fouled back well out of play. 0-2. Off-speed pitch, drop 3rd strike, throw down, and able to complete it there, and that's out number 2. Now, Lillian Tyree stands in. And that ball hit down the first baseline, but it'll go foul. And that pitch gets away, nobody on, so nothing hurt there, 1-1. One and two here, 2 outs. And fouled over, hits the front of the home dugout. Can't pull the trigger on the off speed, and that's going to do it here for the top of the 5th. We're going to take a break and head in. Be back with the bottom of the inning right after this. All right, back here for the bottom of the fifth. It'll be Canterbury to lead off. Mavericks have a 6-run lead. And that pitch inside, ball one. Fouls that one back into the backstop. Maybe had a single get into center field last time, played it a couple runs. Swings on that one, and it's going to be fouled down the third baseline. Now 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Bottom of the third in the baseball game. 13-1 is still the score. Mavericks have a couple of runners on with no outs. And that ball popped up into center. I think it's going to find grass, and it does. Gets by the center fielder. Canterbury turns around second. She's going to make the turn there. Goes to third, and will be in with a stand-up triple. And that's going to lead things off for the Mavericks, and it'll bring up Mary Beth Meadows with a chance to drive in a run. Had a run driven in on a sacrifice fly earlier in the game and has another chance now. Bases loaded in the baseball game now, still no outs. Ball popped up into right field. It's going to find grass. That's going to bring in the run. Meadows turns, goes for third, slides in, safe. Couple of extra base hits here, get the Mavericks started in the bottom of the fifth. And they have one run across and a runner in scoring position, and it'll bring up Lizzie Smith. Bryce O'Neal up to bat for the Maverick baseball game right now. Here's the pitch to Smith, and takes strike one.
Come on, Lizzie.
And swings, fouls that one back. I think we're in pace now. Fifth inning, 7 runs across. Mary Beth Meadows stands at second base. She represents the ending run of this game.
Come on, Lizzie.
And takes strike 3, and that'll be out number 1 for the Mavericks. It'll bring up Carolyn Clarkson. Oh, substitution from earlier. That's actually going to be Gracie Carter. Shows bunt, pulls it back, throw, gets into right or left field. Oh, Meadows is going to try for it now. Had turned around, and she's going to get third base. Steele was on, throw down to third, got away. Mary Beth had turned around and was booking it back to second. Didn't know the ball had got into left field. Got all the way back to second base, saw the ball in left, and was able to make it to third.
Come on, Gracie.
Left field had to come in a long way to get that ball. And shows bunt. Bunts through, and it's 1-1.
You got it, Gracie.
15-1 now for Maverick baseball. 1 out.
Relax.
And it's Bailey Ridgway up to bat. Shows bunt again. Gets that one down, but just foul.
Good job.
That'll bring up 2 strikes. We'll likely see this swing away for Carter.
Come on, Gracie.
16-1 now. Runner on third for Maverick baseball. Hudson Bogus up to bat. And that pitch comes through, ball 1. Or sorry, ball 2. 2-2 the count now. Still 1 out. Jordan Lowe stands on the undecked circle. That pitch gets inside, trails off, and gets Carter. If it was in her left hip or up around the elbow. I think it might have got her toward the back. And that'll bring up Lowe.
Good job, Gracie.
So we'll see. They have an opportunity here. We've got some speed on first base, runner on third. Nobody's even holding on second. You'll likely see Carter with the steal on. Low turns to bunt. There goes Carter. Ball gets by. Meadows is coming in. Slides and safe. And that's going to do it. And that's the end of the game. Mavericks are going to win this first round of their, well, it's really the second round of the sectionals, but it keeps them in the winner's bracket, and they'll play here tomorrow versus the winner of the other side. And keep an eye out, and we'll let you know who that is as soon as we know. But Mavericks will be back here tomorrow night, and it'll be more sectional action. And we'll be right here with you. 8-0. Mavericks win in 5.